So I honestly don't know why they decided to make another Predator movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you've had a number of movies. You even had that crossover with the aliens, Aliens versus Predators. Oh, crap. Hello YouTube, Ash here, and welcome to today's episode of Special Talks. On today's episode, I will be talking about The Predator. The film is directed by Shane Black, who coincidentally starred in the original Predator movie from 1987 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. This film stars Boyd Holbrook, Olivia Munn, Thomas Jane, and Sterling K. Brown. So, let's get to the chopper! Let's get into it! So as for the plot, the film starts with a predator crash landing on Earth. It's somehow captured and taken to a military base. Unknown to the military, this predator is actually being hunted by a much larger predator who will stop at nothing until he captures his prey. Caught in the middle is Boyd Holbrook's character Quinn McKenna and a gang of unstable military rejects. Now it's up to these unlikely heroes to save the day. And that's the plot. So before I get into what I liked and didn't like, I just gotta say this. How hard is it to make a really good Predator movie? The character is so cool, as we saw in the first movie. There's tons of things you can do. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's just get into what I liked about the film first. The first thing I liked is that they expanded the mythology of the Predator. We see flashbacks to its home planet, we see the Predator dogs, we see this new improved massive Predator, so they added lots of things, and that's always cool when you build on a mythology, where you don't take a step back and you try to add to it, and I thought that was really cool. Another thing I liked was that the film was really funny. You had lots of jokes in it, and you would expect nothing less from Black, who always adds lots of humor to his films and screenplays. And I especially like the joke about how they chose the name The Predator instead of like a hunter. That was really funny and at the right moment. So yeah, there was lots of humor in this film. And all the cast was good. They gave good performances, especially Boyd Holbrook, who was really good as the action hero. Okay, he's no Arnold, but basically no one could ever top Arnold's performance in the original. However, he did bring a certain charm and heroic moments, and he did really well in the film. He wasn't out of place playing the action hero. And I like that Black tried to pay homage to the original by having a team of soldiers like he did in the original. All of them are a bit funny, they crack jokes between them. They're the same as the original, so that mirrored it, and from the most part they all did a good job. Thomas Jane was really good at the Tourette's soldier. He had some really funny one-liners, and Olivia Munn was really good in it. She really gave a badass performance. But I have to give a shout out to Sterling K. Brown, who plays the villain in the movie. The character he plays is really strange. One moment he's very charismatic and cracking jokes, and then 2 seconds later he's a cold-blooded killer, but the guy gives a great performance in it. And yeah, and it's weird. Do you like him because he's quite funny, but then you hate him because he's really bad? So as I said, strange character but good performance. And most of the action is quite good. It isn't shaky cam, so you can see what's happening. The fight between the two predators is pretty decent. The action set pieces are quite good. Now let's get into what I didn't actually like about the film. So one of the main issues I had with the film is that the plot is a mess. It's mostly just a series of set pieces and the characters going around and around and around and around from one set piece to another without any real direction, and that really hurt the film. Another thing is the movie is way too funny. It's the whole Thor Ragnarok issue again, where a Predator movie is not supposed to be a comedy. Every single character is a comic relief. Every single character cracks a joke. Even the Predator does certain things in the film which are funny, but they're slapstick funny. It shouldn't be in a Predator movie. A Predator movie is supposed to be like a horror action movie with little bits of humor just so people don't get bored, not a full comedy with action. And with all the characters cracking jokes left, right and center, it's hard to take the film serious. Even when it's supposed to be serious, you really don't know if it's serious or not because there's been so many jokes, and that's kind of annoying. And the final issue I have is the whole final third. Now I said the plot was a mess, but the final third is a super mess with too many things happening at once where you don't actually know what's happened to certain characters. I literally did not know what happened to one one of the star characters, I had to go home and ask a buddy of mine if he knew what happened to this guy, because I couldn't remember if he died, if he lived, what happened to him. You know, it was shot so fastly and edited way too quickly that, as I said, it was a whole mess. And also the ending, which I won't spoil, but it's a massive WTF moment, and not in a good way. It really feels like it was shot at a different time, because it really doesn't feel part of the film. You know, everything feels different, and it's literally you're thinking, what the hell did I just watch? And it really leaves a bad taste to end the movie on this particular scene. So in conclusion, I will give The Predator 2.5 out of 5. I left the cinema feeling really unsatisfied. Now, it could be that ending that I mentioned, but also, yeah, okay, so it had certain good action bits, it had certain humor. However, I felt that the film was just okay. And a Predator movie should be more than okay. It should be a really fun time at the cinema. And yeah, this just wasn't that. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you seen the film? What did you think? What did you think of the ending? Don't spoil it, just say if you liked it or not. And also, are you interested in seeing more Predator movies, or do you think they should just shelve it and maybe reboot it in 10 years time? Let me know in the comments. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. I've been Ash. If you want to follow me on social media, please do. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, so follow away. And if you want to see more of my videos, please click that subscribe button and tick the notification bell. I do 1 to 2 videos every week, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.